Hey guys, what is going on? Oh. I think my neighbor heard that. So hey guys, what's up? Welcome to the video. This seems a bit weird. I wasn't planning on doing this. Whoa, voice crack. Nice going there, Dave. Basically, I've been working on a video for the last 2 weeks now, but the problem is that it's not finished yet. I'm not even halfway yet. I probably should be a lot further down the line with this video than I currently am, but there's been a few things that have kind of held me back lately. However, do not worry, as I've decided to bridge the gap a little bit with a short video. So anyway, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to
Dave Gunner's mini ramble about random shit.
So, as you've probably guessed, I'm going to be talking about Star Wars Battlefront in this video. However, what you may not have guessed is... why? Well, as most of you subscribed will probably know, I did do a rant video some months ago where I gave my opinion on this game. However, since I made that video, some fairly big changes have been made. 2 pieces of downloadable content, some new maps, a skirmish mode, and a small glimpse at the new Death Star DLC. And with all these additions now accumulating, you wouldn't really be ridiculed for asking,
so is Star Wars Battlefront actually good now?
Well, no. I mean, sure, it has improved since they made it, but most of it's come through DLC, and DLC should not improve your game, it should add to your game. Anyway, so rather than me just drivel on for another 5 minutes, let's actually get into this. So let's start with the 2 maps that were added to the game, Twilight of Hoth and Survivors of Endor. Now, these weren't really bad maps, I mean they weren't really on new planets. But they weren't exactly hashed together for the sake of adding content to the game, which as we all know was very much needed. But they were nicely made and they're pretty good, so for what it's worth, I quite like it. Then we have Skirmish Mode, and by far the best improvement. Like, I'm not just saying that, this is probably the best thing that they've actually added to the game. Although that's probably because we got something we wanted for a change. Or, well, I did. I'm not kidding, you can actually go back to that video and you can see it here. Which is kind of weird. I mean, doesn't it alarm you that I used the exact same picture on mine? Isn't that just a little bit strange? I mean, I'm not trying to imply anything. Or am I? I'm just surprised we got something we wanted for a change. With EA, that doesn't happen very often. Surprisingly though, this wasn't welcomed by everyone. There are people out there who are completely against the single player requests and the instant action and the campaign and stuff like that, but they fail to see the point and the reason behind it. Not everybody wants to play multiplayer. Think of it this way. You know when you're playing those games and you see that guy at the bottom of the scoreboard, who you kind of feel sorry for? Where's his enjoyment? I mean, you're gonna say,
well, you only like single player cause you suck!
Actually, no I don't. Okay, I'm just joking. I'm actually fucking amazing, who am I kidding? But my point is that not everybody will enjoy an online experience as much as the next guy. There are people out there who do prefer a single player approach. Now, I'm not saying either side is bad, I'm just saying that, quite simply, a game this big should really be tailoring for both sides, in my opinion. I mean, the fanbase kind of made it clear what they wanted, and it just seems like when the game came out, they were completely ignored. Okay, this feels like I'm going towards a rant video now. Let's just pull this back. Here's my point. Say, for example, you've had a hard day at work, college, or school. You just want to get home, jump into your favourite game, and just completely immerse yourself for a second and escape the shitty realms of life. You open your eyes, and you see the beauty of this game. Do you see what I'm getting at now? Players shouldn't have to go to multiplayer to get the experience that they were promised in all the adverts. Yeah, okay, it's good for me, because I know what I'm doing and I'm not bad at multiplayer. But look at that, man! Look at that poor dude! Like, what the fuck? You really think he had fun in that game? I beg to fucking differ. Like, fuck me. How did he not quit? Fuck me. That is really bad. What really annoys me more though is the stupid counter argument that people come up with.
Well, if you you suck at multiplayer, then you should just get good.
No! Why should I have to get good? Well, I am good. I mean, why should he have to? I'll get confused. Look, it's just stupid, okay? Take it from me. You shouldn't have to be good at multiplayer to enjoy this game. I mean, what are you expecting? They put it on the box? Oh, yeah. By the way, don't buy if you're shit. Because that's the thing. We both paid the same price for this game, and yet we're not both getting the same enjoyment, which is not fair. Wait, I'm ranting again. Oh, for fuck. Look, what I'm trying to say is that there should be an alternative option for players who don't enjoy multiplayer, and skirmish mode is exactly that. I mean, sure, okay, it's not exactly much, and it probably should have been there at the beginning. But it's there now, and, well, you can't really complain. I mean, we wanted more single player, and we got some. No, it's not a campaign, obviously. But the fact that they've now expanded the single player when they said they weren't going to can only mean a good thing, especially with Battlefront 2 now confirmed, as obviously there may be a bit of hope for that one if they're now recognising that single player is in fact important. Anyway, so that kind of wraps up the free content, and if I'm being brutally honest with you, so far, pretty good. However, this is only the first half of the additions that were made to this game. Let's take a look at the second. The DLC. Kind of become a mandatory addition for pretty much every single game nowadays, only in the case of Battlefront, it was necessary. Whether you like the game or not, there's obviously a very clear indication that there is a lack of content in this game. I mean, EA have been giving us stuff for free, for God's sake. To be fair though, not too many people were exactly interested. The majority of fans had already written the game off. I mean, it was even questionable whether they should even bother making a season pass. No one was gonna buy it. Well, actually, that's not entirely true. There's no such thing as refunds, so I can't exactly get my money back. So all I could really do was just sit and pray that it was going to be fucking amazing and worth every single goddamn penny. Anyway, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through each of the 4 expansion packs and give you my thoughts and opinions in a biased format. Oh, I mean an unbiased format. Oh, for f***. So without further ado, let's begin. The Outer Rim DLC was fucking shit. Okay, it's not shit. That's probably a bit harsh. It's just, it feels a bit shallow. Kind of like the actual game. As I've already stated earlier, DLC is supposed to add to your game. But the problem is with the Outer Rim DLC is that it doesn't really add much. Or at least when you compare it to other games, that is. Take Battlefield 4 for example. Now a typical DLC pack for this game would have 4 maps, 4 guns, new gadgets and equipment, and vehicles too. They were absolutely bursting with new stuff, and that's exactly what DLC should be. Because when you compare this with the Outer Rim DLC, it just doesn't feel quite as rich. The maps are on planets we already have, the hero and the villain are kind of cut and paste. And even the game mode, despite the fact it's new, feels like more of the same. I don't want to give an exaggerated opinion here, I just want to be brutally honest, it just didn't interest me. I mean, most gamers are whiny bitches and I think I would fall into that category. But it just feels like as if they could have done a lot more with this and they didn't. I'm not going to use the word lazy because that just sounds extremely disrespectful. Like some fucking arsehole did on Twitter that time. All I'm going to say is if you didn't get the Outer Rim DLC then you're not exactly missing out on much. I mean, it was even a struggle to get footage to show you because there weren't many people playing on this. Like, I literally couldn't find a game for about 5 minutes. So I'm afraid I'm gonna have to cut this one short, which is a bit of a shame, really. But then again, it's just 1 expansion pack and there are 3 to go. So, let's move on to number 2. So, the Bespin DLC is actually alright. Okay, it's not exactly bursting at the seams, but it's a lot better than Outer Rim, let's just put it that way. I mean, for one thing, we got a new planet, a hero we actually wanted, maps for the popular game modes, and a new vehicle. And I have to say this, whoever the hell does these maps needs a fucking medal. Because they look absolutely incredible, man. I'm not kidding. Like, you could say this about the entire game. All the maps are meticulously made, and it's something I don't think many people have credited. It visually looks perfect. And it has to be said, Lando's voice actor also did a very good job, because he literally sounds like Lando.
Hello, what have we here?
But there's a reason for that. Because it actually fucking is the actor who played him in the movie. Now that's cool. Seriously, guys, this is more like it, okay? Granted, it's not perfect. I mean, for one, the map rotation's kind of annoying and the new game mode's kind of more of the same again. But it's definitely a step up in my opinion from the Outer Rim DLC. It's going in the right direction anyway. Now, would I recommend to you to buy this DLC? Well, I don't know, to be honest with you. I mean, it's not bad, it's just I'm not sure if it's hitting that price tag or not. It's like I said at the beginning, it's alright. But whether alright is good enough for you, then that's your decision, I don't know. Either way, the Best Pin DLC is okay. It's not bad, but it's not great. And with that, we're done. So it's been a bit of a bumpy start to this season pass, but there's still 2 packs to go, so let's move on to number 3. The Death Star expansion. As described in the pack bio, that's no moon. That's one of the most iconic locations in the Star Wars universe! Or according to Michael Manny, that's no moon. It's a $60 season pass. I'm not even sure if I agree with that description. To say it's one of the most iconic locations ever seems a bit weird we get it in the DLC. Although then again, I keep forgetting who we're dealing with here. Maybe the word should be ironic. Anyway, let's just get on with it. First off is the teaser trailer. Now if you've not seen this trailer, well don't worry, there's not much to be shown. In fact, it's best summed up by Kermit the Frog? This trailer showed us nothing. I can't do it. And right you are, Kermit. Right you are. Because this trailer didn't show anything. The only thing it did do was insinuate that they were adding space battles with this DLC. But even then, there wasn't really enough to go on to even suggest that. And given the nature of the previous 2 DLCs, people naturally didn't really expect much. I mean, quite literally, that could mean anything. It could be Fighter Squadron in space, for crying out loud. And that doesn't count, EA. You see, when someone says space battle, that's not how I picture it in my head. However, since the teaser trailer, EA have decided to release the details of the new game mode on the website. And from what I can tell, it sounds pretty good. And not only that, but as I'm speaking to you right now, EA just dropped a brand new trailer for the Death Star DLC. And it looks fucking insane! And what more, it's coming out in 4 days from now. Which kind of makes the last 2 minutes of this video a little bit pointless. I mean, I would re-edit the whole thing, but I've re-edited this video about 50 times already, so fuck off. So I might as well just wait till next week so I can get a better insight into this. So I will see you in about 4 seconds. So I've just been playing the DLC for about a day now, and yeah, it's not that great. Because it sounded like they couldn't fuck this up. But guess what? They did! Why don't we start with the game modes? There's only 3 to choose from, and 2 of them are shit. So that leaves us with the brand new game mode, Battle Station. The main attraction, the only reason people were actually interested in this DLC. And that's simply because it looked like we were getting something we wanted at the beginning. Now the reason people were super excited about this was because in concept it sounded like a good idea. You see, the Rebel team have to infiltrate and destroy the Death Star, while the Imperial team need to defend it. However, before they can do that, the Rebels need to get through the Imperial fleet first, which the Imperial team also have to defend. So what you get is this huge game mode split over 3 different phases. So effectively you get Phase 1, where the Rebels take out the Star Destroyers, Phase 2, where they have to infiltrate the Death Star, and Phase 3, where they have to destroy it. Now that doesn't sound bad so far, and I would agree with you. In concept, it sounds cool. That's why we were interested, for God's sake. But when it's put into practice, it's just not quite as good as it looked in the trailer. Now that's not because there aren't any space battles or anything, because there are. All 10 minutes of them. And this is kind of where the issue begins. Each phase comes across as a little bit too short, like as if they've had a bit chopped off. I'm not saying they were initially larger, I'm saying they could have been. In fact, arguably, you could say that each phase could have been expanded further to make them a standalone game mode, rather than compress them down into one. And it just feels like as if they should have done that instead of tying them all together. I don't know. The whole thing just kind of comes across as this rather underwhelming experience. Because when you get to a phase you like, it ends before you even know it. Oh, is that it? Oh well. Money well spent. I mean, it's kind of flawed anyway in logic. If you have a player that doesn't like aerial combat, but does like running and gunning, they're gonna enjoy phase 2 and not phase 1. But they have to go through phase 1 to get to phase 2. Doesn't make sense. I mean, I don't even get why phase 1 ends so soon anyway. I mean, destroying that Star Destroyer should not win the game. There's 2 more sat behind it. Surely if the transport has to go in that direction, we should have to take out these 2 ships as well. Oh, but that would make the game go on a little bit longer, and we can't have that, can we? Tell you what, we'll take them out the cutscene and no one will notice. That's a good idea. You know, apart from Chewbacca, who should have been in the full game anyway, I can't think of anything good to say about this DLC. I actually thought this was going to be the one thing in this game that would give me an excuse to play it again, but guess what? No. And honestly, I can say this with full certainty, I have no interest in this game anymore. The Death Star DLC was the only thing I was hanging on for, and now it's completely fucked. I put in a solid amount of hours into this game. I've even got the Platinum Trophy for fuck's sake. And that's for fucking losers. So you know what? Screw you. Don't buy this piece of shit game. And do not buy the Season Pass. There is literally no point. I know there's still another expansion pack yet. Oh yeah, there is, isn't there? Fucking shit. Done. I'm being genuinely serious now. Don't buy the Season Pass. You see, there's only one thing EA understand. And that's money. Lots and lots of money. And if you want them to listen to you, you're gonna have to start speaking their language. I mean, it'd be stupid to buy it now anyway. There's a new one coming out next year. And it'll probably come with more stuff too. So take it from me and do yourself and this whole franchise a goddamn favor. Don't feed the troll, okay? So anyway, that's the end of the video, guys. It's finally fucking over. Like, I shitting. Ooh. Seriously, I fucking hated making this video. It took me ages. I did a nice thing at the end and then the DLC completely screwed it over, so I had to pretty much gut the video and redo it. If I'm being honest with you, I'm not even that proud of it. I just hate this shit now. I may be going a bit harsh on this, but I just generally have no care for this game anymore. It's completely dead. I'm not even bothered if people disagree with me. Like, I'm just done. I'm finished. Finito. And with that, I'm just gonna end it here. There's nothing more for me to say about this game. Well, actually, no, there is, but it's not going in this video. Fucking too long already. But I will do a video, I'd imagine, in the future, maybe. Possibly, I don't know. Like, I really can't tell if I'm going mental or if this video was as shit as I think it is. I'm gonna end it now, screw it, who cares? Anyway, before I do go, I just want to say a quick thank you to these people. Paul, Vix, and Hatsune. Like, they've been really supportive on Twitter, and you just gave me that little bit of a push I needed, so, thank you. Anyway guys, thank you very much for watching. I'm gonna rage quit on my own accord and drown my head in the toilet. All dislikes are very much appreciated, and comments as well, and I will see you in the next video. See you soon.